Alright, you guys, so if you are following along with our gift bags lab, we are going to be I'm making a gift bag. Today I'm going to use this piece of fabric, and I'm going to make, if you are one of the individuals who has one long piece of fabric versus the two square or more squared pieces. So this piece is about 30 by 15 or 30 by 12, I think, but it honestly doesn't matter as long as it's big enough for whatever you're going to make. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hem over the edges 2 times, so I end up with a nice felled edge when I'm done. Alright? I'm going to go ahead and put this on under the machine. I am not currently ironing, though ironing definitely makes it easier when doing this. You get nice crisp seams, but I'm doing this just real quick. Now all of this stuff you're sewing right now will end up entirely inside, so if it's not perfectly even, I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, there's one side. This is what it looks like on the back. This is what it looks like on the front, or inside outside. I'm going to do the same thing on the other long seam. Now technically I cut this one on the selvage here, so it's not raw edge, but we're going to go ahead and hem it and fell it over anyway, just so that it matches. The purpose behind this is just so you do not end up with any raw edges on the inside of your bag. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and sew down that seam. Also, if you're a beginner or just don't like doing it without, you should possibly pin these. I am not. Again, I'm just trying to do a quick little fly through here for you guys, but alright, my next step will be to take one of the short ends, and I'm going to fold this over one time real small, and I'm going to stitch that. We just need enough folded over so that we don't end up with a raw edge showing. This is quick and dirty sewing. So, you know, you bought a gift, you don't have anything to put it in, you need something real quick, get general measurements and do this. Alright, so now that I've sewn that over one time, I'm going to do it again, but I'm going to fold it over considerably wider this time, okay? So, like, it depends on how you want to do it. This one, if I leave it here, it's about yay long, but ultimately you need it to be long enough that you can run your your drawstring or your ribbon through it. If you want to make it with a ruffle, we can stitch along here and up here, run the ribbon through here, and then this part will ruffle. I'm not going to do that just yet, though. So I'm going to sew close to the edge of the hem. Kind of make sure they're about the same distance on both sides. Again, it's a gift bag. It does not have to be 100% perfect, but you know, that's entirely up to you. As this is the first day of October, if you make a whole bunch of these, so if you're watching, I filmed this first day of October, so this is what we end up with. So now if I want to do my little ruffle at the top, I'm going to show you how to add that in there. Just in case you want want to make it a little more flouncy. Alright, and at this point, on this end is done. So this is what it looks like on the outside. So when we go to run our ribbon through, we're going to go through here, which will make this part up here gather up like kind of like a little ruffle. Okay, so now we're going to go to the other side, fold over once, the same thing we just did on that side. One small little fold over to start with, and stitch that down. Again, I am not using pins. If my grandma sees this, I'm sorry. She'll be watching thinking, wow, Teresa, I taught you better than that. Alright, so now, a little bit folded over. Now the next one, we're going to do the same thing as we did here. But what I want to do is I'm just going to go over here and measure it about from the top to here so that I'm making sure it's about the same size. As I said, it's a gift bag. It's, you know, you're giving it away right away, but it's also, you know, just to make the outside of the present look pretty. It's not the actual gift, unless it is the gift, and then you might want to make it a little more perfect. Alright, remember always backstitch at the beginning and end of each seam if you're using a sewing machine. So now we have this, and I'm going to go ahead and put my ruffle stitch on. Again, the ruffle stitch one is not necessary. I'm just doing it for a little extra floof. That's a technical term, floof. Alright, backstitch at the end. So now we have this on this end. So now we are going to put it together. So to do that, we're going to go turn it inside out, and we're going to line up the tops. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right below this part. So this is actually going to stay open up here, okay? So I'm going to put these two together. Again, pin if you like. I'm not doing it today, because I don't want to. I'm going to line up my needle right along the edge of the felled fabric on this side, and hopefully it's about the same on both. Backstitch again. Here we definitely want to backstitch, as this is going to be the top of the bag. And at the bottom, I'm going to cut off I will come back later with, you know, actual scissors and cut off the extra threads, but right now I'm just using the edge of my machine. So this is what we have now. This part open, this part not. Right, you're going to do the same thing on the other side. I line up the tops, go just below the hem on the top seam. And we're going right along the edge of the felled seam on the inside. Take that out. So now we have officially a bag built. We are going to turn it right side out. Bearing in mind that all of our inside seams are now encased, no raw edges there. We will trim off our threads in a bit. And then we'll take some sort of cord or ribbon. I'll use this for now. It's just a piece of fabric sewn in a tube. I'm going to take a safety pin, put it on the end, because that's how we feed this through. I'm going to go in here. So I'm going in the bottom one. I push that safety pin all the way through and pull, hopefully, hey, there we go. Picked a much wider cord than I originally planned. So pull that through, leaving a tail on this end. Now we're going to go over here to this one. I'm going to push it through the same slot on this one. I mean, theoretically, you could run it through the top, but at this point, but if you run it through the top, you're not going to have any ruffle. So it's up to you where you want to put your elastic, or not elastic. I keep saying elastic. Your drawstring. Now you have two options at this point with your string. You can have them both end up on one side like this and drawstring it together. It's very cute. Or you can have this one go this way and then take another one and run it from this side through this side and back, and then you can have ones that pull on both sides. Either way is okay. I'm going to be leaving mine like this because I happen to really like it and think it's cute. And there you go. That is the gift bag made out of one piece of fabric and one tie. All right, there you guys go. I will do the one with the two ties later, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.